Hi there, good morning. You've tuned into ET now, and this is Buy Now, Sell Now with me, Shel D'Souza. Along with me, I have Shrishti Sharma. Very good morning to you, Shrishti. And today, we have the Rakshabandhan special coming in for all of our viewers. So remember that you can write to us on the number that'll be flashing on your screen, and do write to us a query that you have for your siblings, especially what you're planning to give them this Rakshabandhan, and which sort of a stock query would you want an answer on. But for now, Shrishti, if you look at the market, they're doing absolutely nothing. We've actually given up all of those gains from the morning. In fact, we are trading flat with a positive bias as of now when you talk about the benchmark indices near the day's lowest point. A couple of stocks that are actually in focus. Let's see what the new age tech counters are doing, especially the recently listed counter Ola Electric, because last time I checked, the stock was trading higher by about 10% or so. Let's see if that's the way how it is. Yes, locked in the upper circuit about 10%. You have Zomato still seeing a good strength in today's trading session. But apart from that, you have Hindalco, LTI Mindtree, BPCL as well as Shriram Finance among the top gainers on the Nifty, while on the flip side it is M&M, Grasim, Tata Consumer, SBI Life as well as HDFC Life. But what's heartening is the advanced decline ratio, because it is very much still tilted in the favor of the gainers. So let's see how the markets actually shape up for trade in the later half of the trading session. But Nifty Bank is underperforming the benchmark indices, seeing a decline to the tunes of about 0.2%. You have auto, realty, private banks all losing in trade, while on the flip side it is the PSU bank index that's seeing good strength about 1.5%, and you have the broader markets holding on to good strength. So that's the way how the markets are looking like at this point in time, Shrishti.
All right then, so that's about the markets, but for you all viewers, we have got the Rakshabandhan special for you all, because for today, we will be happy to accommodate all your queries where you want an advice with the investments related to your siblings, whether you want to make a fresh investment, whether you want an advice for a long-term investment, and this could actually be one of the gifts for your siblings. So on this special day, we have got this special coverage and a special edition, and to guide you better in today's trading session, we are being joined by two of our very special guests. So let me welcome Lancelot on the fundamental side, and Swati Hotkar is also joining us on the technical front. A very good morning to both of you, and thank you so much for your time. A lot of queries have already started pouring in. The first query that I have is coming in from Chandni, and Chandni wants to invest on behalf of her sister, and she is looking for a 3 fresh long-term stocks ideas. She wants stocks that will yield good returns over the long term. And Lancelot, let me start with you. Please go ahead and advise Chandni that which sector that she can go. Okay, I think we have snapped that line with Lancelot. With Swati, any of your 3 long-term picks where Chandni can invest on behalf of her sister?
Yes, sure. I will like to give a buy call on the Nifty 50 counters only. One can go for long into the SBI particular counter. From the banking sector, this particular stock's really good. On every dips, we are witnessing that the stock is taking a very strong support of 200 DMA more average, and it's just going ahead on the upper side. So if you're getting any dips towards to 780, 760 levels, definitely SBI is the one good quality counters one should have into their portfolio. From the IT pack, I would like to keep a buy call on the HCL Tech. This particular stock is trading at a nearby 1670 levels. If you look on the larger term degree on the weekly chart, we have seen the extension of this particular counter. And once the stock has managed to give the breakout of 1500 levels, we have seen a very good amount of a spurt with the good volumes. So I believe this counter has a very strong upside, can be seen at least minimum up to 2000 to 2300 levels on the high side. It's on the verge of the breakout. So any dips towards to the HCL Tech, definitely one can go for a long positions. On the another hand, L&T looks really good. As of now, it is just trading nearby the all-time high levels. But definitely, if we see some correction into this particular counter, one can go for a buy call in this particular stock counter. So whenever the market goes up, definitely this particular 3 counters also will give you the good returns. So one should invest in this particular stocks.
All right, let's take this next one coming in from Satya. And Satya, good morning, Satya, and also Rakshabandhan wishes to all of you all of the viewers who tuned in. Satya wants to invest in a company which would be mostly either in female garments or into a sari company, but no gold company is what he's saying. Lancelot, he's looking to invest and actually buy the stock for his wife today.
It's difficult to find a company that's only doing saris unless you look at maybe the recent IPO that came of sari companies. But otherwise, I think you should look at maybe the retail space for ladies' garments, and maybe some of the companies in that space might make more sense from a sentimental perspective to buy something which does not have jewelry but has garments. But I can't think of anyone off the cuff, which we can look at buying at this point in time.
Right. Let me actually take this to you then. What's your take coming in on the charts? Have you seen any of these companies which strike to you, Swati, that Satya can look to buy for his wife today?
Sari specific is not there, but as sir had said, definitely in the garment sector, he can look up to it. So on the technical front, purely on the technicals, Lovable looks really good. This particular counter is into the lingeries. I believe the monthly chart shows that the stock is on the verge of giving the breakout of very strong consolidation breakouts of the trend lines, and the volumes are really raising slowly and steadily along with the price momentums. We are looking for a breakout of a 170. Any move above that level, we'll see some new rally on the upside towards to 200 to 240 levels. So if you're getting any dips towards to 150 to 140 levels, definitely one can add on at the current market price. Also, you can take a long positions. I'm looking for a target of 200 to 230 levels on the higher side.
Actually, coming to that question once again, Lancelot, actually, what's your view on Nykaa in particular? Because if you are talking about grooming, you are talking about female-oriented stocks, the one that is maximum used these days would be Nykaa, isn't it?
Yes, I think Nykaa is in an interesting space and does offer long-term growth prospects, especially because it built an online business and then added the offline business to it. But if you compare, I think the stock is factoring in a significant upside in terms of volumes as well as in terms of market share, which at the moment, is not translating into profits enough to justify the high valuations in the on the stock price. So I would look at this stock and say, look, it's whenever there's a correction, it may be an opportunity to buy into the stock. But at the moment, given the high increase in the price that we've seen over the last 6 months, I think the stock has rallied, much in advance of its fundamentals, and it's probably factoring in, earnings growth for the next 2-3 years into current price as well.
All right, moving on. The next query that we have is coming from Nikhil Sharma from Mumbai. And on this Rakshabandhan special edition, Nikhil wants an advice on behalf of a sister. Which top companies will be better to invest and could be good dividend plays as well? Lancelot, your top recommendations where Nikhil can go and invest on behalf of a sister, and there could be some good dividend paying companies as well?
So I think if you're trying to look at both dividend plays as well as value stocks, the oil marketing companies like BPCL, HPCL, IOCL, they offer good dividends. And given that crude prices have also come off and are stabilizing, and maybe if we do see some kind of ceasefire in the Middle East, that should stabilize the crude oil prices further. That could be an interesting space. We also learned that the government has assisted these companies by reducing the additional duty that was there on crude. So to that extent, the oil marketing companies will be benefited. So one can look at BPCL, IOCL, and HPCL.
This next one is actually coming in from Shashank, and here's a quick note for all of our viewers. We have the Rakshabandhan special today on Buy Now, Sell Now, where we will be taking queries for all of our viewers out there who are asking or seeking good stock advice for their siblings. So do write to us. We already got a couple of them already pouring in. This next one is coming from Shashank. He wants to buy his sister Somashri a gift. He's saying that he wants it to be a small cap stock that is likely to yield good returns over the medium term. Let me come to you for this, Swati. Which small cap stock do you think would be advisable for Shashank to go ahead and buy for his sister right now?
Yes, two counters I would like to specify for this particular set from this segment. One is HFCL. This particular stock is continuously trading in the upward rising channel. Also, the interesting fact that it has given the cluster breakouts of 120 levels and moving ahead on the higher sides. I believe over a period of 1 year, we might witness some very good momentum in this particular stock, which might take a counter towards to 170 to 180 levels. So if you're getting any deeps towards to 120, one can go for a long position at the current market price. Also, he can accumulate at least 20-30% so that we can have a space to average it out on a downside. So one counter is HFCL and another counter looks interesting is High Tech Pipe. This particular stock is currently trading at 185 levels. No wonder as of now it is trading at the higher levels, but definitely any dips towards to 170 to 165 level, it's look very good on the technical front. The stock has given the breakout of upward rising channel and it's just moving ahead. I believe that it has a potential to reach up to at least 220 to 240 levels. So one can go for a long position at the current market price also, or if you're getting any dips, definitely one can add into their portfolio.
All right, moving on to the next query, and this query that we have is coming in from a viewer named Prashant. And firstly, greetings to you as well, Prashant. And Lancelot, he wants a fundamental view on Aarti Industries as well as ABFRL, as these are the stocks as a part of his wife's portfolio, and she can continue holding it for the next 12 to 18 months. The buy price for Aarti Industries is 616 rupees, very near to the current market price, as well as for ABFRL, the average buy price is 245 rupees. Lancelot, your view in both of these names?
So I think, as far as Aarti Industries is concerned, if you're looking at a 12-month perspective, the stock may not give you that high returns in the next 12 months because being part of the chemical industry, we are seeing significant destocking happening in the chemical industry. The market prices for global market prices for many of the chemicals have also corrected because of additional supply being available from China. And that is impacting the margins of companies like Aarti Industries. So given that that you're likely to see this slowdown continue for at least 1 or 2 more quarters, and thereafter you're going to see some kind of a recovery, I think either one should have a longer term outlook of 3 years for this stock, or one should look at moving out of the stock if your outlook is only 1 year or so. I think Aditya Birla ABFRL offers a better option to stay invested. And given that we are likely to see an improvement, in consumption space over the next 12 to 18 months, you are going to see a retail trade pickup, and that is where one could stay invested and maybe see good growth coming in from ABFRL.
All right. This one is coming in from Padmaseva Rao, and Padmaseva Rao wants to buy, gift her sister. She's saying, I don't have a brother. Therefore, I want to gift my sister maybe a Firstcry share for a period of about 1 year. Lancelot, recently listed counter, that is BrainBees Solutions, I believe, is the company name under what it is listed. Firstcry, what's your take? Do you think it's good for 1 year, or do you think that it can be held on for the long term?
So I think if your outlook is at least 3 to 5 years, yes, this is a good place to be invested in, because for a 1 year situation, it could be difficult or challenging, because during the next 1 year, you may see some element of additional liquidity coming in terms of whenever the anchor book lock-in period opens, there could be selling coming in at that point in time, and that could bring the stock prices down. So if you look at this counter in terms of valuations, the valuations are fully priced in. So all the positives are already priced into the stock. So it's very difficult to see in the short term a large increase in value. But if you're willing to stay on for 2 to 3 years, one can definitely remain invested in the stock.
All right, that's the take coming in on Brainbee Solutions. But with this, viewers, it's time to slip into a very short break. But viewers, keep writing to us on this Rakshabandhan special edition. You can write your query on behalf of your wife, or you can ask a query for a gifting purpose to your siblings on this special day. But for now, we'll slip into a very short break and be right back.
Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now Sell Now on ET Now, and it is Rakshabandhan special. Here's a chance for you to ask a query on behalf of your sibling for a stock-related query and help them build a good, solid portfolio. And we have Swati who's joined us for the technical queries, while we have Lancelot who's here to answer all of your queries on the fundamental basis. So let me take the next query coming in from KB Rao, who wants to gift his sister Barmalori. He already has about 300 shares in his portfolio, Lancelot, and he's purchased at levels around 267 rupees per share. He wants to know what's the future of the stock for the next 1 to 2 years. What's your take coming on this one? Do you think it's a solid franchise to hold on for the longer term?
I think, yes, it is a solid franchise to hold on for the next 1 or 2 years, because given the growth that we are seeing, in fresh orders coming in, they will see significant improvement both in terms of revenues and in profitability. So one can actually hold on, and maybe at any decline, you can always add on this stock to the portfolio.
All right, moving on to the next query. And Swati, this query is coming from Deepak, and he's saying that her sister has around 50,000 rupees that is available for a fresh investment. And I hope, Deepak, you will be adding on to some for today, because on Rakshabandhan, every sister is just looking out for some gifts out there. But apart from that, Swati, Deepak wants an advice where her sister can go and invest in some of the stocks, specifically in the mid-cap space, and for a long-term investment.
Yeah, on the mid-cap space, as of now, we are witnessing a good rally into the textile and apparel sectors. From mid-cap, Welspun Living really looks very good. If we look the larger degree, the monthly chart, the stock has given the breakout of the cup and handle formations. The breakout was nearly at around by 155 to 160 levels. It's currently trading nearby that level itself, so the risk-reward ratio is very favorable. Very slow and steadily, this stock will show the momentum on the higher side. So you can take a long positions at the current market price. I believe that for longer term horizon, definitely 300 to 350 levels can be seen in this particular counter. So the Welspun Living can be added into their portfolio on every deep side.
Right, this next one is coming from Katir. He's writing to us from Bangalore. Lancelot, I'll come to you because we had Satya who was asking about a Sari company. Here you have Katir who's already invested in one. He's already invested in Kala Mandir, the Sai Silks, 500 shares at a price of 250 rupees per share. He wants to know whether it's time to go ahead and average or he can actually continue to hold on to recover the losses that he's facing in this particular counter. What's your take coming in on Sai Silks if you have tracked this closely? Though Katir has also told, is mentioned over here saying that he can gift a sari from Sai Silks to Shrishti and me if he makes good return. But here's a note for all of our viewers that no gifts, you can definitely convey good wishes for us, and that will be great for us. But Lancelot, your view on Sai Silks?
Yeah, so I think Sai Silks is in an interesting play, because yes, the sari has moved into a garment where it is becoming bought for occasions as opposed to daily wear, and because of which the the pricing and the margins have improved dramatically in this space. So based on that, one should probably look at, if you hold on to it for next 2 to 3 years, you would see reasonably high appreciations, because as the business grows and the profitability grows, one will get the benefits of higher market cap as well.
All right, moving on to the next query, and this query is coming in from a viewer I didn't get his name. Okay, this query is coming in from Kamla, and she wants an advice for her sister and wants an advice on Bhansali Engineering specifically. Lancelot, if you can help her with this particular counter. Her sister is already holding this particular stock at a price of around 105. But how are the prospects looking like in this one? Because she's already sitting at a 50% profit. But would you advise to like add more?
I think given the size and the current valuation of Bhansali Engineering already moved up significantly over the last 1 year. So one should look at maybe booking profits and moving to maybe other engineering stocks in the same so that you are in the same industries where valuations are reasonable, and one can look at maybe a L&T at this particular price of 3,550. That should be a good opportunity to move into L&T and book profits on Bhansali Engineering.
Swati, coming to you, this one is coming from Anchal, and Anchal wants to buy a return gift for her brother for the Rakhi gift that he's given her. So she has 35 shares of Geo Financial. She's not mentioned the buy price, but she wants to know, does it make sense to stay put with Geo Financial in the portfolio? And any other idea do you have in the telecom space that she can look to invest in right now? Because we've seen the tide actually turning in favor of the telecom space.
Finance definitely one should hold on. This particular counter is showing some kind of a reversal, and it has just given the formations of a double bottoms, and it's just doing a reversal signatures on the technical front. I believe that definitely any movement above 340 levels, one can witness some sort of a positive momentum towards at least 360 to 380 levels. So the overall chart setup is really positive. One can hold on Geo Finance. If you're looking for the another counter from the this particular telecom sector, idea looks good. So we already have seen a very sharp correction in this particular stocks, and now from the last few months, it is just consolidating within the range of 16 rupees to 13 rupees. I believe once the stocks manages to give a breakout of a 16 levels on the closing basis, definitely we will witness some sort of a good positive momentums on high side towards 24 to 25 levels. So one can go for an idea at the current market price also for a longer term horizon.
All right, that's the take on both of these counters. But just to mark the movement in the markets, both the indices have seen a recovery from the day's lowest point and now trading in green. Nifty holding on to the gains of 33 points as of now, and its Bank Nifty as well, that has seen a recovery from the day's lowest point. But with this, let's get back once again to your stock-related queries. And Lancelot, the next query is coming in from Tushar from Delhi, and he says that his sister is very fond of jewelries, and she recently got married as well, where Tushar made a smart move. He actually invested in Kalyan Jewelers stock for her with 8,000 shares in quantity, and his buy price was 548 rupees. And she wants to gift more of these for today. So Lancelot, will that be a good move? Kalyan Jewelers versus Titan, which one would you go for? As well as specifically on Kalyan Jewelers, any targets that you have?
So I think Kalyan Jewelers is also doing well, and we have seen that they are likely to benefit from the reduction in custom duty that the government did on gold imports. So to that extent, they will also see greater demand picking up with the festival season coming up. But however, if one has to look at let's say a Titan vis-a-vis Kalyan Jewelers is a pure play jewelry stock, whereas Titan also has other emerging businesses which are in the eyewear space and a couple of other associated smaller businesses. So I would say that if one wants to, having already invested, let's say 8,000 shares in Kalyan Jewelers, if you don't have Titan in your portfolio, it may be a time to add Titan as opposed to buying more of Kalyan Jewelers.
All right, on that note, we'll slip into a break on this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. When we come back, we'll continue taking all those stock-related queries pouring in, especially for the siblings. So stay tuned, viewers. We'll be back soon. Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now, a show where we get you answers for all of your stock-related query. But today is going to be a special day, and it is a special day indeed because it is Rakshabandhan. And here's your chance to write to us a query that you want to gift your sibling stock. I'm sorry for that. Here's your chance to actually write to us with a query for your sibling in case you want to give them a particular stock or you want an advice on how to make their actually portfolio financially secure. So do write to us. We already have a couple of queries pouring in, and let me take the next one that is coming in from Vishal. He's writing to us for Ullas Nagar. He wants to know about IDFC First Bank. He wants to gift his sister. He already has about 5,000 shares of this particular stock in his portfolio. 47 is the buy price, but is it good time to add more at current levels? What's your take coming in on this one, Swati? His buy price is pretty attractive for IDFC First Bank, this despite the stock actually seeing a correction over the last couple of months. What's your take now?
Has given a very sharp correction from almost in 2023. We have seen a correction, and currently the counter is trading at 72 odd levels. If you're looking for a fresh long positions, yes, definitely you can go on because the momentum indicators such as the RSI indicates that this particular stock is trading near the oversold zone, and we might see some turnaround in this particular stock. So yes, one can go for a long position at the current market price. For a short term purpose, we are looking for a target of 80 levels on the high side.
All right, moving on to the next query. And Lancelot, we have already got some of your top bets for long-term investing. But here's once again when Raj from Mumbai for today wants to give some shares to her sister and wants to know that for the next 5 to 7 years, which is a little longer period timeline than the previous query, for the next 5 to 6 years, which stock to buy right now and gift in today's trading session?
So that's a little bit difficult because there could be many sectors and many stocks that one can look at adding for the next 5 to 7 years. But if one has to look at, let's say, the financial services sector, one can look at Bajaj Finance, HDFC, life insurance, and HDFC Bank. I think those three in the financial services sector are reasonably valued, as well as offer good growth prospects, which with an outlook of 5 to 7 years, one will see relatively much better returns going forward.
This was coming from Jay. She's writing to us from Mumbai, and he has about 500 shares of Gokuldas Exports, which he's purchased at the level of around 1,124 rupees per share. He wants to go ahead and later gift this stock to his sister at a later stage, but he wants to make sure that the stock actually makes good profit. But is that possible? Is that what the charts are actually showing to you, Swati, when you talk about Gokuldas Exports? Because the buy price is 1,124.
See, the charts as of now is showing that it's a sideways momentum we are witnessing from last few months. But the interesting pattern is that the stock is just taking a very strong support of the 200-day moving average, which comes to at around 80 to 860 levels. In last 2 days back also, we have seen that it has tested and just move ahead on the higher side towards at least 50 days moving average. Looking towards the short-term technical setup, yes, I believe that the stock is likely to carry its momentum towards at least 1,000, then about at level 2 to 1,200 this can be seen. So if you're looking for a longer term horizon, definitely you can hold on. If possible, try to maintain the strict stop loss of 850 and carry your long positions.
All right, then moving on, and Swati, once again coming to you. This query is from Nitin, and he has a bit of a specific query where he wants 3 investment ideas: one from the small cap space, one from the mid cap, and one for the large cap space. Where for today he can gift these shares to his sibling for today, and he wants to stay invested in these for the next 5 years.
Yes, definitely. From the small caps, MMTC looks really good on this particular counter. The price is trading at around 104 levels. If you look towards on the larger degree monthly chart, the stock is trading in upward rising channel. In the last few weeks, we have seen that the stock has given the consolidation breakout of 95 rupees along with the decent volume. So I believe this particular counter is likely to see some spurt on the upside towards at least 140 to 150 levels. So you can go for MMTC pipe call. From the larger sector, Asian Paint looks really good. From the paint sector, we have seen a very sharp correction in this particular counter. After a downfall from almost 3,500 levels towards 2,500 levels, we have seen a very good correction. Now the stock has shown some sort of a reversal sign. and I believe that it will likely to continue at least up to the 3,300 to 3,400 levels. This targets I'm putting on a yearly basis. So one can go for a long position into the Asian Paint as well. From the defensive pack, you can go long on the Hindustan Unilever. It's a defensive counter. Whenever the market will fall, this particular counter will protect your portfolio. If we look towards on a monthly chart degree, the stock is under the formation of a flat pattern. It's on the verge of giving the breakout of the same levels. I believe any move about 2,800 levels, definitely one we will likely to witness some more positive momentum towards at least 3,200 to 3,400 levels. So if you're getting any dips on this particular counters whenever the market corrects, these are the three counters you can definitely go for a buying position.
Right, a lot of stock picks coming in from our experts today. Let me take a next query to you, Lancelot. This one is coming from Dinesh, and he wants to know about Paytm. His sister is actually looking to buy the stock, is what he mentioned. He already has it in his portfolio, but he wants to know for his sister, does a fresh entry make sense? Because his buy price was 398 rupees per share. The stock has seen a good run up from there on. What's your take coming in on Paytm for a fresh buy at this point in time?
So I think from a fresh buy perspective, one should not really try and invest into this company as yet, because there are still a lot of issues which are left to be resolved as far as its various, applications that are made on terms of NCLT and terms of restructuring of the liabilities and their ability to raise fresh capital. So I think these things, unless they are sorted out, one should not really make a fresh buy, and he can continue to hold because he has a very low buy price, but he needs to monitor these 3-4 aspects and then can take a call as to whether he should buy or not.
All right, but with this, viewers, it's once again time to slip into a very short break. Don't miss the chance. You can, because as we come back, it will be the last leg of the Rakshabandhan special show. So do write to us to ask your queries related to your siblings, and we'll be right back after this quick break. Welcome back to Buy Now Sell Now, and today is Rakshabandhan special, and continuing the same that all of our viewers are helping us with the queries related to their siblings, whether they want to gift any of the stock to their siblings or not, and we are getting the advice from our experts, and Lancelot and Swati are there with us. And Lancelot, I'm coming to you for the next query, because this query is coming in from Surekha, and she actually wants to give some stocks to her sister. For now, she is already holding BEL, and BEL has given decent returns to her, but now she wants to know that can she go ahead and buy this for her sister as well? Do you like this company for a fresh investment even at this price?
Yes, I think even at this price, BEL can be added because fundamentally they have shown significant improvement in the order book, and going forward, the government of India and the Indian Army is likely to issue fairly large contracts now that the elections are completed. So you should see a significant order book addition, as well as growth in both profitability as well as revenue for BEL. So one can look at adding and holding on to BNL for the long term.
Right. This next one is actually coming in from Sagar, and Sagar has a couple of stocks that he's been holding in his portfolio. And as a part of Rakshabandhan, his sister is wanting one of the stocks from his portfolio so that he may transfer it to her. And he has a couple of good high holding stocks. One is 25 shares of MRF, which he's purchased for at the levels of 5,500 rupees per share. I have no idea when was it last at that level. Lancelot, 1,500 shares of Maruti, which he has at the levels around 2,800, as well as Siemens. He has above 4,800 shares at the price or from holding from the levels of about 1,100 rupees per share. Which of these counters do you think is the best one that he can actually go ahead and gift his sister from his portfolio? Do you think it'll be MRF or or either of the two?
Well, I think he can gift all the three, because they all are good companies. And if it's something that you don't want to look to sell, then probably MRF could be one that you can gift so that it doesn't get sold and remains within the family.
Right, that's the take coming in on MRF. We're moving on to the next query. And Swati, this query is from Sangeeta Bhalla, and she says that her sister has actually bought 125 shares of Tata Tech, and the average cost is 1,061 rupees. What's your advice coming in on this one? Should she move out of this particular stock or book loss at current market price?
There is not, as per trading on the technical parameters as such, we are continuously witnessing a selling pressure, no sign of a reversal at the current market price. I believe we might see more downside towards to 970 to 960 levels. More positive momentums can be turned around only when the stocks gives the breakout of 1,050 levels, which are the previous clusters resistance zones. If it manages to give a breakout of that level on the closing basis, then only we can witness some good momentum, which might take a counter towards to 1150, 1160 levels on the high side. At the current level, my view is little bit cautious. Try to exit long positions on from every rise as such.
All right, and that indeed was our last query for today. 22 queries, or sorry, 23 queries is what we've answered. Thank you so much, Swati, as well as Lancelot, for patiently answering all of the stock-related query, especially the ones that were written specifically for the sibling. But on that note, we will switch gears and talk about the new age tech stocks, which have actually seen a stellar run. The likes of Zomato, PB Fintech have almost doubled from their 2024 lows earlier this year. So is the growth making a comeback, and do these stocks actually have more legs to run? My colleague Sharad is here, who's done all the number crunching to tell us more about it. Sharad?
Well, yes, from 2024 lows, if you look at it, Zomato has doubled up, almost 116% up, and also PB Fintech, that's also doubled up. Now, these new age tech stocks have been rallying, and if you look at Paytm, Cartrade, Nykaa, they have also been going up, ranging between 33 to 70%. Now, what are the key reasons for the new age tech stocks actually gaining traction? First one being is importantly a sectoral churn. We have seen PSUs lately coming off from their 1 month high levels. There is a clarity on the path to profitability, and the companies have started explaining these things in their quarterly earnings. The focus is coming much more on the core business rather than the non-core business, and of course a strong cash balance. That is also something which analysts are bullish on when it comes to the new age tech stocks. Now, recent listings in 2024, the numbers right from their IPO price, they have been very rock solid. Of course, Unicommerce, that has doubled up 104%. Ola Electric is also nearing its doubling its number, almost 91% up from its IPO price. Ixigo, Honasa, GoDigit, all these companies in the new age segment were listed this year itself, and they have given handsome returns to the shareholders. Now, let's look at the key commentaries, what is there actually in store for the new age tech stocks. The larger names, Zomato, strong growth is coming in the Q-commerce segment. In the Blinkit, especially Paytm, focusing on insurance and the mutual fund distribution. While if you look at PB Fintech, they are expected to be beneficiaries of GST rate rationalization, and also certain price hikes would be coming in. Nykaa, strong BPC, which is the beauty personal care segment, and also festive season is expected to kick in. So that is where the analysts are very bullish on. And for Cartrade, that has turned profitable over the last 2 quarters. Interestingly, we look at the key shareholdings also of the new age tech companies. Interesting names, interesting positions going up. Zomato, Nippon Mutual Fund and ICICI Pru Mutual Fund raised their positions. Paytm ace investor Akash Bhansali has 1.2% stake in the company. While for PB Fintech, if you look at it, Franklin Mutual Fund and Axis Mutual Fund did raise their positions. Nykaa are having significant larger family offices from Hero Group and erstwhile promoters of Ambuja Cement. While for Cartrade, we have Zerodha holding almost 1.1% stake, 7% stake in their company. Now, also look at the target prices. How's the setup coming in? Of course, there's a strong run-up. So that is what we have actually factored in. But still, there are certain companies where 10 to 20% of 12-month return potential is still there.
Well, thank you so much, Sharad, for highlighting what's happening in this new age tech companies. But with this, viewers, it's time to wrap this special edition, Rakshabandhan edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. Thank you so much for joining us today. And indeed, Cheryl, it was heartening to note that majority of the viewers wanted to invest for their siblings and secure their future within expert advice.
Absolutely, and we had a lot of stock picks as well given by our experts. So if you've missed the episode, then do catch it live, or not live, the recorded version on YouTube. For now, it's a goodbye from Srishti and myself.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.